Hi, welcome to Fiery Food Friday on Chili Chunn, where we're going to have another iteration of our Tabasco celebration. We're going to take nothing but this bottle of Tabasco, this hot plate, a few burger fixings, some delicious Wagyu beef. We're going to make the most crazy Tabasco infused hamburger you've ever seen. We're not going for super hot today, we're just going for like utter essence of Tabasco through and through. So stick around for a few minutes. We're going to make the most Tabasco burger humanly possible on Chili Chunn. All right, so we got the heart and soul of our burger, 5 ounces of ground Wagyu beef, and I'm gonna season it up. I wanted to start with fresh ground because I really want to infuse the patty itself with the essence of Tabasco, and so for that I brought Tabasco. First things first, a little bit of I like Himalayan sea salt, just whatever salt. A little bit of black pepper, beef and black pepper, they go really well together. But then other than that, I really want the Tabasco to come through, so I'm not going to tamper with it too much. I'm going to give the beef a nice little season with salt and pepper. And then I'm just going to go right in with a fair amount, because some of this is going to bleed out when you cook it. But we're going to let this sit for a little while, so a lot of it's going to soak in. So I really want to go hard on the Tabasco right now, because I want to give it the best chance of permeating every bite of the burger with like the essence of Tabasco flavor. And so, yeah, I'm just going in with the Tabasco, and I'm gonna just mash it. This is an oft neglected part of making a burger, and this is a really simple recipe, if you even want to call it that. But in reality, like if you're gonna make burgers, you should always take the time to put something in the ground. You don't want to knead it like crazy, but just enough. And since we're putting in liquid, I want to make sure it's good and mixed. But you can season it at this point with salt, pepper, whatever spices you like. If you got an all-purpose rub, it's a good time to put it in there. If you're making I didn't do it because it's such a small batch, but if you're making a bigger batch, it's a pretty good idea to put an egg in there too. Scramble an egg up, put it in. The patties will hold their shape a little better. And it won't tamper with the flavor. I don't think so anyway. But yeah, whatever seasonings you want in your burger, do it this way. You know, you can season the outside of the patty too when you cook it, but it's even better when you permeate the whole burger with it. So I've got that Tabasco kneaded in. Forgive me, I'm trying not to use my dirty hand. It could take a little more moisture, so I'm going to put a little more. Like I said, I really want this burger to taste very, very strongly of Tabasco sauce. So I'm going to make sure there's lots of it in there. But yeah, once you've kneaded it around like this, you're going to want to let it sit for a little while. Not a long time. You know, you want to be sanitary, but I'm going to let it sit at room temperature for about 10 minutes. Just to soak that flavor throughout and to let the meat actually absorb the sauce so that it doesn't bleed out. But yeah, we're going to take our little ball of meat. We're going to let it rest. And after it's done resting, we're going to come back and cook it. But in the meantime, we're going to get ready the rest of the accoutrements. All right, for this burger, we're going with mayo and mustard, and I'm being very simple, very straightforward, but I'm kicking up some mustard. I think I'm not big on like ballpark yellow mustard unless it's in the right setting, which isn't right here. I really like whole grain mustard. The bigger the grain, the better. The less there is besides the grain, the better. Like my favorite is mayo or mayo. Mayo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's pretty much just mustard seeds in a suspension. It's amazing. This is a little more traditional mustard-like, but it does have huge chunks of mustard seed. And I'm just going to infuse it with Habanero Tabasco. I think it's going to go well. I'm not going to put a ton, just enough to infuse it with a little bit of that habanero punch and that signature Tabasco flavor. And I think that's going to pair. I want all these different components to come together and kind of bring out this cool inner Tabasco-ness of our burger. And so it's like that. Very easy. And just as suspected, the slight vinegar note, well, not slight, intense vinegar note, but the fruitiness and the fermentation go perfectly with the mustard and fat. I think you could take a little more. It almost actually brings out the complexity of the Tabasco habanero a little more. So yeah, we're going to mix this up. And this is going to go on the bottom bun, and then the mayo is going to go on the top bun, which we're going to make here in a second. Yeah, and the mayo we're going to infuse with Chipotle, I think. All right, so the mustard is done and resting, and now we're gonna move on to the mayo, which is gonna be super simple. Also, like this isn't meant to be super complicated. I want it to be something you could throw together at your house if you wanted to. So we just got a little bit of regular mayo and some of really yummy Tabasco Chipotle. I'm a sucker for Chipotle mayo, so I'm gonna go hard and put a fair bit of Chipotle sauce in here. And then this has the like Tabasco signature taste, but it also has in spades. Just yeah, I'm getting a huge hit of it. Just sitting here. It has an intense Chipotle aroma, very smoky, and I think that's going to go really well with the beef in a burger and bring out a delicious taste. All right, and so let's taste it and make sure we get enough. It's good, but I think it could take a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, and you get the tart and tangy of the mayo, but you also get the smoky note of the Chipotle. And then at the end, you just get a little hint of that fermented Tabasco flavor. So yeah, we've got a beautiful habanero mustard infused with Tabasco. We got a Tabasco Chipotle mayo. We got our patty infused with the original. We're about to do some cooking. And we're going to find one more way to infuse this burger. All right, our pan is getting hot. Our burger has been infused with the essence of Tabasco for a good while, and we're just going to take it now and drop it in the pan and let this guy cook for a little bit. And so what we're going to do as this is cooking, and probably filling my room with smoke. As per usual, I didn't think this all the way through. But yeah, so I'm going to cook this burger up. Once we get it flipped, we want it to sit on top of some vegetables that we got. And so what we have is a mix of onion, habanero, Scotch bonnet, and bird dog chilies. I didn't want to go crazy with the firepower because I wanted Tabasco to be the star of the show. But that being said, I did want it to be getting hot. And so actually what I'm going to do, take these guys, I'm going to infuse them with jalapeno Tabasco, which will lend an even stronger pepper taste, I think, to it. And so I'm just dumping a little bit in here. And so we have that little bit. We're going to toss it together like a little salad. And then this is going to go right on that patty. And so some of those are going to hit the grill and make a little bit of beautiful chili aroma for us. The idea being that when we flip this burger over, it's going to sit on top of these guys and kind of steam them. And we'll end up with that onion and pepper flavor getting pressed into the patty. But yeah, so being it's a hot plate, I'm going to kind of watch it and make sure the temperature bounces back like it's supposed to. But yeah, we're just going to grill away on this. And then once it has time to caramelize a little bit, we're going to flip it. Alright, so we got a nice browning on the bottom side of the burger. And so we're going to flip this whole guy over. Like that. And it's going to cook right on top of these onions and peppers. And that's going to get a nice caramelization on the onions and peppers. And it's also going to give us a real rich infusion of onion and pepper aroma into the patty as the steam comes up. Yeah, so we're going to let this cook. Going to let this cook again for a few minutes. Just keep an eye on it. You can see the bottom edge of the beef. You just want it to get cooked all the way through. I realize this results in a patty that's only really seared on one side. I think it's going to be alright. I think the sear you get on the vegetables is worth it. I think the steam that comes off the vegetables makes it worth it by infusing that patty with more moisture. More importantly, more aroma. But yeah, just keep an eye on it. When you notice the bottom starting to get cooked through, it's going to be time for the last maneuver. Alright, we're here in the late stages of the burger cooking. And so now it's time to separate everything so we can finish it off. So the first thing I'm going to do is scoop the patty off and pull my vegetables out from under it. Get them all kind of bunched up in the corner here. There we go. And then that way our patty will have a chance to really brown on the bottom. Alright, and then from there we're going to take these guys and we're just going to scoop them up on top of the patty, on the part that's already been seared. and let their goodness run down into the burger like that. And so now we've got a beautiful pile of peppers and onions on top of that. And I'm going to take a slice of Munster cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. I use what I had on hand, which is Munster. And we're going to turn that heat down. I've got it on like just a touch under medium now. And I want it to just cook a little bit longer. Let these peppers get a little cook on them. I want this cheese to melt. Let this patty get all the way through, get cooked all the way through. And after that has a chance to sit for a second, we're going to be ready to dress our burger. So just let it cook, keep an eye on it, don't burn it, you're almost there. Let the cheese melt, come back in just a minute, be ready to eat. Alright, what a glorious time it is, our burger is done. And so I'm just going to dress it up real quick. So I'm going to start with our beautiful, it's too big for my spatula, I use the handle. A beautiful Habanero Tabasco Mustard. Again, this burger is just going to bring together like all the greatest hits of the Tabasco world onto one bun. And I'm curious what that's going to do in terms of a flavor explosion. We got our Chipotle Tabasco Mayo going on top bun, like so. I'm going to be generous with that. I like a lot of mayo on my burger, as I've said. Yep, I'm going to dish that up. So over there. And then, now we got that done, I'm going to throw a little bit of lettuce. I think a little iceberg goes a long way on a burger, just to kind of lighten things up. A little iceberg. And then we're going to place our beautiful, very nicely cooked, if I do say so myself, Tabasco infused burger patty with Munster cheese. I'm going to scrape up some of my bird dong peppers, pop them on top. I don't want to miss out on that goodness. There we go. And yeah, move some of these things out of the way. There we go. And we've got a lovely infused burger. The essence of Tabasco throughout. The essence of Tabasco in the mustard, in the mayo, all the way through the hamburger patty. The only thing that's not infused is the cheese, but it's been hanging out long enough where it probably should be. But yeah, dog's freaking out. Bear with me just a second. Let me let that dog outside so she can greet someone, and then we're gonna taste this burger. Come on, Chica. All right. So now that the dog is free to do her business, we have this fantastic Tabasco burger ready to eat, and I can't wait to find out what it tastes like. It's just so much Tabasco. Chipotle Tabasco Mayo, Habanero Tabasco Mustard, Tabasco infused patty, topped with grilled onions, soaked in green Tabasco, and for good measure, some Scotch bonnets, some habaneros, and some bird dong chilies as well. Cheers, YouTube. It tastes so much like Tabasco. Mmm. Look at the beautiful Tabasco flavored juice running off it. Mmm. Wow, this is alright. The part I think is the craziest is the patty is the star of the show, and that Tabasco infusion in the patty is ridiculously strong. You really get the essence of Tabasco. You also get a nice little burn. Nothing crazy. You get the smokiness of the chipotle comes through at the end. Iceberg breaking it all up nicely. And then that mustard is just there to offset the fattiness of the meat. This is a good burger. One more look at the innards. It's just a glorious combination. Honestly, I wonder if the iceberg is even necessary. Man, yeah, sometimes these cooking things don't go so well, and we get some flavor combinations that sound pretty weird, but I'll tell you what, this burger is good. And if you got a day where you just want to celebrate the heck out of Tabasco, make this burger. Follow my instructions. Make this burger, and you will not be disappointed. You'll have such a Tabasco-y experience. It's not even funny. And it's so juicy. Look. So, yeah, thanks for watching a quick tutorial on A, how to make a pretty good burger, but B, also how to infuse it up to the rafters with Tabasco. Click subscribe if you haven't already. We do this kind of stuff 6 days a week. Some more esoteric than others. click the bell, be notified every time a new video hits the interwebs, and click like if you also see the promise and the prestige of the Tabasco burger. And yeah, chili on. I'll see you next time on Chili Chunn.